Today we're gonna speak about something. We're gonna speak about museums. Yeah.
Hello, my crisis lovers! How are you? Listen, I'm fine. I hope you're fine too. I hope everything is fine for you and you're doing well. I actually hate museums. And a lot of people ask me all the time, why do you hate museums? I mean, it's good. You can learn about the culture or whatever. And I will speak only about the European museums and not Americans or whatever. I don't know how the system works over there, but I know how it works at least for France and England, kind of. I don't know if you know it, but at one point in history, most of the world was colonized by the Occidental countries, so Europeans, okay? And I'm not going to say anyone, like, explaining who is where. I mean, if you want to know it, you have to read history. I mean, it's easy. You can find it. Ask to Google. Google know everything. So, and because of that, when they start colonizing all those countries, they start taking stuff from those countries without asking, of course, because I mean, why should we? I mean, yeah. So that was even after slavery. Before slavery, they already start taking stuff without asking, because I mean, why? And then you have colonization, where it was less slavery, but still colonization. You know what I mean? Like, you're free, but you're not free. And they were still taking stuff. And one of the reasons why I'm so angry is that I did school in Europe. I did school in France. And when they speak about slavery, and first of all, they speak about it, but very fast. You feel like those guys are very uncomfortable about it. So they speak about it like once, and they don't speak about it anymore. Like, just to compare, right? You start school, you're 5, and you finish, let's say you finish the normal school before university, you finish school, you're 18, 19, okay? So all those years, they're gonna speak about the Second World War at least 5 times. 5 times. Yeah. But colonization and slavery, they speak about it once. Yeah. So, and when they speak about it very, very fast, you know. But me, I'm born in Cameroon. So I had the chance to see the impact of colonization in those countries. And the problem is still going right now, right? But to go back to the museums, the colonization destroyed 80% of the culture of my country, of Cameroon. We lost a lot of things. We keep our languages, that's one of the best things, but we lost a lot of it. We lost a lot of things, right? And every precious stuff that you can actually found about my country is in France, in this very famous museum in the Louvre, and another museum like built by Jacques Chirac, one of the French president. Anyway, you don't care about all those information. But globally, the 20% that you can still find about my country is in those museums. And when you go in Europe, right? You take the Louvre, for example. You go to the Louvre. For all those people who go to the Louvre and really enjoy it. I mean, when you take just art for art, it's amazing. It's very nice. It's very beautiful. But you don't have that much art who comes actually from France. Yeah. Yeah, even the Joconde, that lady that everyone is always going to see or whatever, she's not French. So a few years ago, African countries start asking to have back those stuff that, because of the colonization, they don't have anymore those things. So if they want to see actually stuff about their own culture, they have to go to France. So those countries start asking to have those things back. Same for England. Some countries who were colonized by England and asked to have back their history, like document and stuff that belongs to them. It belongs to them. They said no. Yeah, they said no. So, and even that, one of the other problem I have with that is that, okay, let's say you can keep it, but those countries don't have even 1% of the amount of money they have every year for those things that don't belong to them. Because let's be honest, they took it. They didn't ask, they took it. They stole from them. You see what I mean? So for me, it's a big deal. I'm kind of uncomfortable when I see museums. I'm always looking at them like, yeah. And it's the same here. When I came here, some of my friends were like, yeah, do you want to go to the museums to check about history of aboriginals people and stuff? And I was like, no, because for sure that money is not going to go to the aborigines. That museum is using the culture of people that have been killed, have suffered and whatever, for their own will, for attracting people and stuff. You have shops who are selling stuff for aboriginal people. Gosh, I'm not able to say that word. You understand what I want to say? You see what I mean? And it's white people who are selling it. You see what I mean? And me, I have a logic. If I want to buy something about someone, like one culture, I go to the people who actually are doing it and I buy from them. That's all. If I want something from white people, I'm not going to buy it to Chinese people. I'm going to buy it to white people. If I want something from Chinese people, if I want to eat Chinese, I will go and eat it with Chinese people. If I want to eat Japanese food, I will go and enjoy Japanese food. If I want to enjoy something else, the culture of someone else, I go to that person. And that's my problem. Australian people, like, I'm not saying Australian people don't have a culture. White Australian people, they do have their own culture, their history or whatever. But I will not consume something that doesn't belong to your culture and give you that money. If I want to give some coin to someone, to one Aborigine, I will give it directly to the Aborigine. You have Aborigine artists, I will give it to one Aborigine artist. So I asked two people here, where can I go to find some Aboriginal artists and buy directly from them? And that's what I'm going to do before leaving. And I'm not going to museums anymore. I'm not going to museums anymore because it's stealing. It's still stealing from them. And you don't even give them back. You don't. So, I don't know. For me, it makes me feel bad, makes me feel sad. And maybe because of my background and what happened to my own country. Because I'm French, but I'm still born in Cameroon. So maybe one big part of me is Cameroonian. And also, most of the time, people like to remind me that I'm not completely French because I'm not white. So, yeah, maybe that's why I see myself as, like, most of my life was in France now because it has been a long time since I left Cameroon. But, I mean, Cameroon is still one big part of me. Like my proudness, my melanin, my happiness, my love for music, all those stuff that makes me who I am comes from there. And I don't want to change that. But I also have to understand that because of that, children who are actually born in Cameroon right now, they don't even know about their history. They don't even know about their culture. They are able to give you information about history about Europe, the way Europe wrote it, but they are not able to speak about their own culture because all of what they have about their culture is actually in Europe. So that's one of the reasons why I don't go to museums. Sorry, that video is not kind of happy, but I had to speak about it anyway. So I want to know what you think about it. If you do enjoy museums, I used to enjoy it until I understood that. But I said, if I have to pay, I will never go there. So until I was 25, museums used to be free for me in France. So I used to go over there because it was free, but now it's not free anymore, so I don't go anymore. I'm not gonna give them any money for something that doesn't belong to them. And yeah, I just hope one day they're gonna give them back what belongs to them. I really do. Because France, for example, has a lot of culture. The French culture is very big, so even if they give that back, then they will be able actually to put French artists on the top, because a lot of those art you see in the Louvre is not French. So yeah, that's my point of view. So at one point, give it back. It's not yours, give it back. That's all. At least for Africa, because African people lost a lot of things and they deserve their own stuff back because it belongs to them and they didn't have the choice at the beginning. Anyway, I want to know what you think about it, and please, if you enjoyed the video, just give a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about it. And anyway, have an amazing day, an amazing week, and see you for the next video. May the craft be with you.